Hello everyone, welcome to English with Evelyn. How are you all? I hope you all must be happy, healthy, and must be enjoying your holidays. So, today on the channel, I'm going to begin with a series of videos that are going to help you in getting full marks, good marks in reading comprehension. Now, as we all know, that reading comprehension is a very important component of question papers across all classes, across all boards, and also in job eligibility examinations, college admission examinations, various competitive examinations. So, reading comprehension is a very important component. Now, there are various parts. If you want to get full marks in reading comprehension, not only should your reading be up to date, you also should be very good at vocabulary. You also should be very good at finding the tone of the passage, the theme of the passage, and a lot of other such things. So, I'm going to create a long series of these video lectures where we are going to deal with all of these finer points which are going to eventually help us score better in our reading comprehension. To begin with, I've started with vocabulary because in every reading comprehension question we always get these like 1 or 2 mark questions, and also what is implied by this. Now, for these questions we need to know the meanings of the words. Now, in an examination setup, do not have an access to the dictionary. So, I'm going to tell you how we can find the meanings of words we do not know using context clues. Now, what are context clues? Context clues are the words in a sentence that give a hint as to what the answer could be, what a particular word could mean. Now, these context clues are of various kinds. It could be a synonym, a word that is explained further in the sentence. Okay, it could be an antonym, and considering the tone of the sentence, you can assume, okay, if this is if but is used or if and is used, how are we going to find out what is the possible meaning? With the given examples that I am using today, and in the next lecture also we'll have some more examples. I'm going to work on these things later on. We're also going, there is also this there are some details which are going to help us provide a hint as to what the meaning of the word could be. We also will find a group of words which are set off by commas. This is called an appositive, which gives us a very clear definition of the word, the meaning of the word. So let us come quickly to our exercises, and let us come to the first sentence here. Now, in this sentence, there is a word which is underlined, and then there are multiple choices given, and we have to choose the word. So first we are going to work out as to what could be the meaning based on the hints which are given in the question itself, okay, in the sentence itself. So we are going to use the context clues, all right, and then we are going to see what the correct answer is. Now, the designer window treatments in our house installed 17 years ago were outmoded. Outmoded is very similar to the word outdated. So, this is our first clue. Okay, this is the first hint that we have, that it could mean outdated, or correct option could be C, out of date. Another clue that will help us is that the designer windows were installed 17 years ago. So it could be out of date. Let us look at the correct answer. So the correct answer is C, out of date. I've added pictures also which are going to help you remember the meaning, which are going to help you understand the context better. So in some sentences, there might be picture clues which are going to clearly correspond to the sentence which is given in the question. In some pictures you may get a hint as to the usage of the word in general, not particularly in the sentence, but in general. All right. So I've added pictures, these pictures which are with a lot of thought, so as to help you know, remember, the words better, and also to make the video interesting, of course. So the second sentence, the spies conducted a covert operation. Covert reminds you of the word cover. Cover means to hide. Okay, so the spies, they do not conduct open operations. Okay, so covert could mean hidden. Let us see. The spies conducted a hidden operation. Third sentence, the footballer's malice, malice means ill will, toward the referee was revealed in his spiteful remarks to the media, which almost ruined the referee's career. Now, spiteful remarks ruined the career. That means the remarks were not pleasant. So, what was it? Were the remarks crazy, rude, unpleasant? See, all of these words will fit in, but then the best option out of these is vindictive. Vindictive means spiteful. Okay? Now, number 4. Although Kevin is much too inexperienced for the managerial position, he is a willful young man and obdurately refuses to withdraw his application. Now see, Kevin has been described as willful. Somebody who's willful is stubborn. Okay? And so obdurately means stubbornly. So the child here in this picture is being stubborn and not listening to what the mother is saying. Okay? Sentence number 5. His neighbor's superficial remarks trivialized the property line dispute and infuriated Max. So the neighbor's superficial remarks, what did the superficial remarks do? They trivialized the issue. Trivialize means something which is not important. So they trivialized, that means they did not give importance to the issue, but they took the importance away. That means the superficial remarks were not remarks which were important, but they trivialized the issue. So here it's not enraged, it's not insulting, it's not misleading. Because the remarks have trivialized, that means the remarks are petty, shallow. Superficial means shallow, not deep. So the picture here shows water, shallow water. So just to remind you, just to give you a pictorial hint. Okay. This got nothing directly to do with the question. Alright, so question number 6. Sentence number 6. She showed a blatant disregard for the rules. Blatant. And she showed it. She's not hiding the disregard. So the disregard is open. Okay. And hidden, last minute, rebellious do not mean open. Obvious means blatant. Okay, it's not hidden, it is obvious. So she showed an obvious disregard for the rules. Next, her fashion sense was usually described as flamboyant. Flamboyant is the opposite of subtle. Subtle is something that does not attract too much attention. Flamboyant is something which is overly attractive, in the sense that, people's attention will be attracted to the flamboyant object or dress or whatever it is. So it was usually flamboyant, but on the night of the party, the pop star's outfit was uncharacteristically modest. So modest, the opposite of modest is flamboyant. So the opposite of modest is also, out of these options, showy. So flamboyant means showy. flamboyant, showy. Sentence number 8. Raj was so gullible that he believed even the most outlandish excuses of his insincere employees. So his employees, insincere, that means they're telling they're not telling the truth. Okay. So but this person is so gullible that he even accepts those, he believes those false excuses that they are making. Okay. So he's not dishonest. The poor man is not intelligent also, and he's not critical also. He's naive. He is simple. He is innocent. So this person is naive, okay? He's like blinded, okay, by his innocence, okay, by his simplicity, and he's not able to see that the fake people around him, okay? So Raj is gullible. So children are usually gullible. They readily accept what is told to them. Sentence number 9. You cannot become a certified teacher without completing the prerequisite student teaching assignment. Prerequisite. Requisite means something to do with requirement. So required, optional, preferred, advisable. Required. Okay, so this is a prerequisite. This is mandatory. Like genius. To be a genius, the prerequisite is effort. You cannot be a genius without putting in effort. Sentence number 10. Irfan, aware of his likelihood of getting a gum disease, is diligent about flossing. So someone who's diligent is very, very particular about what they're doing, and very thorough in their carrying out of whatever job they are carrying out, whatever work they are doing. So he is very particular about, he's very thorough. Okay, he's not uncomfortable or excited or ambivalent. He is thorough. Somebody who takes care of even the minutest details and are very proper in their work, the way they are doing something. Sentence number 11 is, even though he had read his even though he had read his manager's email 4 or 5 times, he still found her rambling message ambiguous. Rambling is when go on speaking one thing after the other and move from one point to the other, and so that has made the manager's message ambiguous. So ambiguous here means unclear. He's not able to understand what she exactly wants him to do. So the email is ambiguous. He is, the message is unclear. Sentence number 12. Excited about winning the award, Julia walked up to the podium and delivered an animated acceptance speech. Now there are words which are similar. Excited, animated, and out of the options, lively. So you see, she's excited. So her acceptance speech is animated. And animated definitely does not mean abbreviated or courteous or reserved, but it was lively. Animated means lively. Number 13. The intermittent rain soaked the garden many times during the day. So intermittent, many times, that means the rain was falling continually. Not continuously, but continually. So it rained for some time, then it stopped raining, and then again. So it soaked the garden many times during the day. See how the hint is there right in the sentence. So intermittent means periodic. Number 14. See the lines here, the white lines on the road. because they are not continuous lines. That is why I have used this picture to just give you a hint as to what intermittent is. I don't know, it could be a far-fetched connection, but I just thought it was right. And of course, I could not get a better picture. Anyway, so number 14 is, I got a vicarious thrill watching you on the diving board. So the word thrill, what gives you thrill? Adventure gives you thrill. So vicarious means adventure. Adventurous. Number 15. After several small brush fires at the campground, officials felt the need to augment the rules pertaining to campfires. So the rules that were already there, they wanted to add some more points to it. Okay, because several brush fires have taken place. Brush fires are the fires that um, burn the grass or the low bushes, okay, in open areas, okay, plains. So they wanted to expand. Augment means to expand. You talk about augmented reality, right? So expand the rules. Number 16. As soon as the details of the election were released to the media, the newspaper was inundated with calls. Far too many. Too many calls means too many. That means there were a lot. There were a lot. There was a deluge of calls. So many calls that they could not handle the calls effectively. So flooded. They were flooded with calls. Okay? So this person is inundated by the work. Flooded. The next sentence, sentence number 17. The professor got to the crux of the issue. The crux is the core, the crucial point. Okay, so it's not the outline, it's not the opposite, it's not unhealthy. It is the crucial point. Number 18. When people heard that timid Harry had taken up skydiving, they were incredulous. Because Harry is timid, he is not likely to take up skydiving. So people were naturally surprised. Okay? And what is the word that is close to surprise? Okay? So when you're surprised, you don't believe easily. Okay? So it's not fearful, it's not outraged, it's not convinced. The people were disbelieving that Harry has taken up skydiving because Harry is so timid by nature. Sentence number 19. The technical department enthusiastically hired Geet because she was proficient in the use of computers. So proficient is competent. Okay? Skillful or skilled in the use of computers. Sentence number 20. Even under tremendous public pressure, the planning committee gave only tentative approval to the plan. So, see, even under pressure, the planning committee gave only tentative approval. So it is something which is keeping them away. Okay, it's only this, not all of it. So this is provisional. Okay, tentative approval to the plan. That means it is temporary. It's only temporary. It's not permanent. Had this meant something permanent, they would not have used only permanent. Okay. So, the picture I have used here shows temporary housing in the background. Temporary housing. Okay. So, provisional housing or temporary housing. So I've tried to relate it to the word tentative. Okay, this is not permanent. Okay, the proposal is tentative. Okay, the thesis, um, the the report is uh, tentative. Okay, it's not the final report. Okay. Sentence number 21. The teacher used a euphemism for an unpleasant subject. So, if you're talking about something which is, um, uh, it's not a pleasant topic, but you want to refer to it by some other way. Like euphemism is a figure of speech. Okay, in literature, there are a lot of euphemisms that poets use. Like for instead of death, people call it eternal sleep. So it is an easier word, a better term to talk about death rather than using the word death, which is morbid in nature. So euphemism is a substituted word. Okay, instead of talking about the unpleasant or a taboo word, you use a word which hints towards what you're saying without you having to utter the exact word. Now see, in this picture, I've used this picture actually talks about death. Okay, so what is death? Death is a eternal sleep, and that is why the clouds show the heavens. Okay, and the steps are, when you're going up, that is like leaving the world, and the bedding over there shows that it talks about sleep. Okay, so this picture is actually euphemism for death. All right, I really liked this one, the picture actually. The 22nd sentence is, since the townspeople were so dissatisfied, various methods to alleviate the situation were debated. So when people are dissatisfied, or when people are in some kind of a stage of disapproving something, or when somebody is in pain, you do something to ease their pain, or to ease their trouble, or to ease the discomfort. Okay, so because see, the people are dissatisfied, you want to ease the situation, you want to ease their discomfort. So alleviate means to ease, not to tolerate, clarify, or intensify. Intensify is the opposite actually. So here you see one person trying to alleviate the pain, ease the pain. Number 23. That perfume always evokes pleasant memories. So evokes here means calls up, brings to your mind. So perfumes, pictures, some people, some places, they may evoke some kind of memories. Okay, so in this picture, so there are some photographs that evoke memories. So the sentence, the perfume evokes pleasant memories. Sentence number 24. The attorney wanted to expedite the process because her client was becoming impatient. So when somebody is becoming impatient, you want to hurry things up so as to relieve their impatience and to satisfy them. Okay, or whatever job is to be done. So you want to expedite the process. That means you do not want to justify it or reverse it or evaluate it, but you want to accelerate the process. Okay, so as to give an early result. So you see, the biker is accelerating, okay, the speed. And the last sentence for the day is, the suspect gave a plausible explanation for his presence at the scene So the police decided to look elsewhere for the perpetrator of the crime. So the suspect was there at the scene of crime. So that is why the police decided that he is a suspect. But then the suspect gave a plausible explanation. That means the explanation is valid, makes sense. Something that makes sense is something that you believe. If it is plausible, it is credible, it is believable, and that is why the police believed the explanation, and that is why they are the suspect. The suspicion has gone on someone else, like the person is not a suspect anymore, okay, because he has given a credible explanation for his presence at the scene. Okay, so this is the last sentence for today. The next video is going to be about how to get full marks in reading comprehension. This is going to be the second part of the vocabulary section that we'll be dealing with. I hope today's video was good. It was useful for you, and I hope you will be looking forward to the next video. Please continue to like, share, and share the video with your friends. I'll be very grateful to you for your support. Thank you so much. Bye bye.